Hello and welcome to the Soweto Shop I channel. Thank you so much for making sure that you support the channel. We really appreciate your support. To those who haven't subscribed, please click the subscribe button and help us reach 20,000 subscribers. And for breaking news, you can visit our website www.soweto.com, and you'll get everything that you want there. Today we are leading up to the Soweto Derby, the big one. Soweto Derby Kaizer Chiefs versus Orlando Pirates, going to play on the 3rd of May at the FNB Stadium. So tonight I'm with my friends. They are going to introduce themselves so that we can just start, building up to the game, an exciting one. I can't wait for this. Bafetu, thank you so much. Welcome, Bafetu, and I really appreciate your presence. I'll start with Neo. Can you please introduce yourself to our viewers at home?
Well, I'm Bafetu. I go by the name of Neo. Supposed to get into the E to the O. Kaizer Chiefs faithful at heart, and also a lover of the game. And I'm happy to be on the platform with these wonderful analysts. This panel that is gonna make us learn a thing or two in this episode.
Thank you so much, Leo. Welcome. Tivo, please come in and out to our viewers at home.
Can you hear me, gentlemen?
Yeah.
Oh, you are bengakuzwa kahle Ncoko ne.
All right.
Yes, bengakuzwa kahle. So what thing is introduced, ne?
Yes.
Okay, no, my name is Thabo Soroka, gentlemen. Orlando Pirates supporter, football lover, and Kaizer Chiefs hater. Yeah, I'm just joking. Yeah, but I just love football. Yeah, I'm just honored also, and thank you for inviting me, Mr. Ngobo. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much, Pakania. Glenn, welcome. Please introduce yourself to our viewers at home.
Good evening, everyone. Good evening, everyone.
We can't see you.
I hope everyone can see me.
Yeah, we can see you.
Good evening once again. I'm Glenn Wale Sandawana. We're gonna build up a very interesting game. Abanye bayofisa ukuyibona 3 point. Abanye zizokhala. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Matume, please come in.
Good evening to you, my brother, and good evening to all the panel. Good evening, the subscribers. Kimatumi Peter from Raleigh City branch, Mamelodi Sundowns fan, original from Matox. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Matume. Box 02, please introduce yourself, my brother. Vox, are you there? Unmute yourself.
Hey, this thing is a problem. Greetings again, my man. Hey, greetings to everyone. Also the subscribers, and then all the supporters of each and every team. I greet you in the name of football lovers. Vox 02 Wale Pagani.
Thank you so much, Vox 02 Wale Pagani. Mdau, please introduce yourself to our viewers at home.
Good evening, our viewers at home. Owabwagi Jacobas Mudau from Pinville, Wale Pagania. Die Hard.
It's a Die Hard, Wale Pagania. Friends of Pyramid. All right, thank you so much, Mdau. Mudiwa, please come in.
Let me greet you, Brad T, and our lovely panel, and also our subscribers, and looking forward to unpack what will be transpiring this coming weekend. So, the name still remain Mutiba Johannes Peter, all the way from Seshego.
Thank you, Johannes, and I really appreciate you, all of you, gents. Thank you so much for joining us. And we're gonna have a fun one. I can't wait, for this coming event. I mean, it's gonna be it's already a sold out affair, and I can't wait, to be there. And I hope the viewers at home and the supporters will make sure that they go to the stadium as early as possible, as we know for 90,000 supporters. It's not easy not to control them if you come late. You don't need any delay of kickoff or anything else. So please make sure that you come early, at least by 12 o'clock. Now, can you please give us your take on this upcoming match? We know first round, Kaizer Chiefs lost in the last minute with the penalty. What do we expect this coming Saturday?
Thanks, Nobo. Look, it's going to be a very interesting affair. I think, especially for the Pirates faithfuls, in the sense that they are going to be looking one eye at this match and the other eye at what is happening all the way in Mamelodi, because they know that the title contenders are going to be facing Richards Bay tomorrow, and then afterwards, then they're going to go all the way to Cape Town for that Cape Town City game. So I think, after the heartbreak of Saturday, I think they know that they got they back towards the wall. So they definitely need this game, which is going to be a very interesting test, especially with confidence so low for our lovely Kosi faithfuls, which is actually making it a bit more tough for us, in the sense that, because with the confidence low, final looming, knowing you're going against the juggernauts of Orlando Pirates, it's going to be very interesting to see that will they have the willpower to withstand a team that is got their backs towards the wall after a very, very feisty game in Africa. So yeah, I think it's going to be end-to-end clash. Definitely, it's not going to be a game that's going to be won in the midfield. It's going to take a few mistakes between the two teams, but yeah.
Beautiful. Thank you so much, Dave. So it's going to be a tough one, that one. The breaking right, Pirates wants to make sure that they are neck and neck with Sundowns, and also, as you say, finals looming also. I can't wait to see the starting lineups. You won't say that, no, I want to start with this ones so that I can keep other ones for the next game. So this is a very, very crucial game. So yeah, thank you so much, Neo. Tabo, can you please come in there, your take on this upcoming game? Tabo, can you hear me?
Yeah, sorry, can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Yes, this is going to be a very interesting game. Both teams coming from a loss, but in different competitions. I think Pirates is going to have more anger in them because they've just been kicked out of the CAF Champions League. Chiefs also would want to redeem themselves because they just lost to Moromo Gallants. And by the way, we don't know. Tomorrow we are playing against Kukun. And remember, Kukun is a very good team. He's got very good players. And good. That team is a thinking team if you can watch them properly. So Saturday is going to be. I'm not going to say it's going to be humdinger. I think both teams are going to tread carefully because no one wants to lose this game. I've been saying it for the past week that Saturday is the first leg of the Nedbank Cup. On the 10th is going to be the second leg because we Pirates are now used to first legs and second legs. So this one on Saturday, we'll use this one as a first leg. Then the next one will be the second leg. But in all honesty, it's going to be a very interesting game. I think both coaches right now, they're going to prepare for that game on Saturday. I'm not sure. Chiefs is not playing any games during the week.
No, they're not playing.
Yeah, so I think Chiefs will be well rested. We're gonna have a go on Wednesday, and I'm really worried because there's players who are left with one yellow cards to get 1 match suspension. But I think our coach and his technical team will try and rotate some of those players because we need them for both matches. We need them on Saturday. We need them on the cup final. That's your Mufukeng, that's your Super Chain, your Patrick Mswangai. I think even Makhetlen Makaul, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, so I think it's gonna be a very difficult lineup on Saturday. This lineup, as you put it, it's gonna determine the cup final next week on the 10th. So yeah, it's gonna be very interesting. I'm not gonna watch it with the eye to say good. I just wanna see what these coaches are gonna be planning and how they're gonna be planning. Because remember now, even Chiefs players, their characters are gonna be tested because they can't win this. They can't lose this match, And Pirates also, they can't lose the match because we are gunning for the PSL title. So it's gonna be very, very, very interesting game to watch. But the best team is gonna win on the day.
Beautiful. It's like you're standing on the fence there when you say the best.
No.
But yeah, thank you so much, Tibos. I really appreciate your thoughts. It's going to be a tough one, and as you say, the yellow cards, are going to be a big, a problem to you because you can't say you're gonna bench one, and leave one out, and then they'll play the next game because Yafana. Well, against Stellenbosch, against Kuda United, they might play, get a yellow card, and be suspended on your next game. Then you want to use them in the final. So that means you have to lose one and win one. And then it's up to you which one is more, which one do you need the most. But when it comes to Soweto Derby, you can't say, this one is the 3 points, this one is the cup final. But I know Amakosi fans, they would like to win the cup instead of winning the 3 points. Yeah, thank you so much, Tibos. I really, really appreciate your thoughts too. Vox Wali Pagania, Vox 02. Can you please come in your thoughts on this upcoming game?
Yeah, hey. I'm happy at least nobody has touched this thing of saying, no, we are underdogs on Saturday. No, there's no underdogs. There's two big teams in Africa, as far as I'm concerned. You understand? Yeah. So now, coming on Sunday, my worry is one. For now, because of I think I just want to touch something that what Tibo said. The yellow card. Sometimes on the games like this, man, you will be working on a thin ice, especially going to this game with a yellow card. Possibility is that you might be suspended on the final. It's very high. It's very high, and then you must not rule it out. And then, as a player, we cannot say no because Mr. Mudau has a yellow card. Then he must not play because we all need all the players. Derby is derby. There's no such of saying derby is derby because of a cup. Even that 3 points, my man, 90,000 people are waiting to see something happening on Saturday. And then technically both teams, technically they are well sharp. Offensive, they are well sharp. And then, losing the game, it won't be that because you were not performing. At the end of the day, who's more advanced or who's more tactical than other one, you see, at the end of the day. But I'm looking forward. I think we're going to see a very, 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 very big game on Saturday. And then, those cocomelons, both sides, as you know, Mapalova, they always try to prove a point. Yeah. And sometimes as young as they are, you don't have to go, man, all out because once you made one mistake, it will definitely destroy you. And then remember, each and every mistake that you cause playing a derby, no one will ever forget it, my man. Even when they see you on the street, hey, Mapalova, hey, Asidlisha Pirates, sometimes you just need to relax and then go with the flow. You mustn't talk too much. Go there and then exercise yourself and then do what you are capable of doing. As simple as that. And I will never, ever, ever rule Chiefs out because now they are under pressure. Both teams, all of them, they are under pressure. But the other different pressure. Some of us, because we are on top 3 comfortably. So Chiefs at this point in time, they're just struggling. They are not struggling because they are better. They are a bad team at the end of the day. Mapoloba, some chances as a coach, there's nothing that you can do. You know, Abu Dupreez, they are very good players, but sometimes, my man, they must relax. You know, they had all the chances to take 3 points. Despite that penalty, that the offside goal, what, is just something else. But I think those young boys, wherever they are, they must just relax and then prepare the whole week for Saturday. Luckily, Chiefs, they are not playing the whole week. For them, they won't have an excuse of saying, no, we played on Tuesday. Some players, they got injured and stuff like that. Playing 2 games before Derby is very dangerous, Mapoloba, because once you get injured, then you're out. You will point Derby with a finger like this. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. It's going to be one of the biggest ones. Because if you can check, I remember, against players like Serino and Modi, were not in the starting lineup, not even on the bench. Most of them were suspended, and then when they come back, they're going to come back guns blazing, knowing, especially when you have players like Abo who are confident when it comes to Soweto Derby. So I really can't wait for the match. Glenn, can you please come in with your thoughts on this upcoming game?
Yeah, good evening once again. On weekend is gonna be tough and it's gonna be very much interesting. Remember, both the 2 teams, they're big in South Africa, and then all of them, they need 3 points. I can't say the other one needs 3 points, the other one doesn't need 3 points. If you check, Nabi is only left with 3 games, which is 9 points. So with that 9 points, it's all about how many points is going to collect in that 9 points. And then if we check the position that is in position 9, and then with a 30 points, if not mistaken. And then with that 30 points, you have teams like Golden Arrows with, I think it's 26 points. And then we have a team like Bomagezi. They are next to them. And then Chipa is on top of them. So it's a very crucial game for Chiefs to win it. They must just go all out to win that game. So it's going to be very much tough and very much interesting game. And then again, when you check on Orlando Pirates. With Orlando Pirates, it's the same story because of now they have a challenge because of now. Remember, we as the Mamelodi Sundowns, we are leading them with a 3 point if they won all that 2 game in hands. So they can't afford to lose a game or to draw a game because of a lose for them or a draw for them. We're increasing the gap. So on the both 2 teams, they all have a pressure. There is no, as Vox has said, that there is no underdogs. In this game, there is no underdogs, no excuses. They must just go all out. But it's going to be very much interesting. And then on Kaizer Chiefs, I'm a little bit worried, like who's going to start as a goalkeeper. Are they going to go with Bavuma or they're going to use Peterson this time? Because of Bavuma have been given a lot of chances, but how he's doing, like, he's a goalkeeper that he can't even read the post. He can't read the post. Like, I don't understand. Some of the basic stuff footballer like them, that as a goalkeeper, sometimes when you see a ball, you must decide what you want to do. If you go out, then go out. If you stay on your lane, stay in your lane. But if you are undecided, then you'll have a problem. You are going to concede unnecessary goals. So I'm a little bit worried. And then as for Pirates, I heard that that young boy, young man, Mbongazi, I'm not sure about his name, Mbongazi. He won't be there on the game, both the 2 Soweto Derby, as well as Mufundo Vilagazi on the Chorena. He won't be there. So it's going to be very, very, very much interesting. I think no one will want to concede early because of the pressure is very high on both 2 coaches. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Glenn. It's going to be a tough one. I didn't know which Mbogas won't be there. I knew about Fundo because of he's out in Egypt. It's going to be it's going to be nice.
Bako under 20.
Under 20 years for Egypt.
Yeah.
True. Thank you, Glenn. Dao, please come in. Your take on the game.
Thank you, Ngogo, and the panel. Yeah, Saturday's game is going to be difficult. Let me start by saying even the one for tomorrow for Paris versus Kokone is going to be difficult also because the players, their mind is already switched on for the derby. So that game for tomorrow, I see disaster on some of the players like Makaula. Makaula, I'm sure he's got 3 yellow cards. Masonga 3 yellow card, and Mufugeng, I'm sure 3 yellow card. So for me, if let's say I'm the players, also the coach, if Makaula get yellow card, it's fine. And then is where maybe the other one, Goodman Musela, can come in on the derby on Saturday. So the player for Paris, they must play, not thinking about getting the card, because the card, they can get the card even they never do anything, because the referees also, the officials, they're supporting their teams, even though they don't know which team they're supporting. They're gonna give a card for nowhere.
Nothing.
So they're gonna give a card. Yeah. So our players like Maswangani, Macau, if Macau get a yellow card, then it's a good opportunity for who? For Goodman Musele. Maswangani as well, Mufugeng as well. So they must play and not thinking about the derby. So they must win first their game tomorrow, and then after tomorrow games, then they're gonna switch on to derby for Saturday. So for Paris, because we're chasing the big fish, and Sundown is leading. Like Glenn said, if we win those 2 games, then Sundown will lead us with 3 points. And then remember, Sundown is going to play Richards Bay tomorrow. Richards Bay is one of the teams that they can play the playoffs. And then on weekend, Sundown, they're going to play Captain City. Also, Captain City, they can play the playoffs. So anything can happen. So Paris, when they go to Saturday, they must make sure that they win that game. Because if they lose that game or they draw that game, anything Sundown, they've got advantage. The players, they know the result before that. Okay, because Sundown is playing at 8 at night and Paris is playing at 3. So Paris must on Saturday, they must do their job and get 2/2 for now, because first leg we won 1-0, and then they say now also we have to win this game so that we keep chasing Sundown, because if Sundown we lost, then Sundown is gone. And then when we are still on the yellow card, we're playing Sundown Chiefs on Saturday. So if tomorrow Macaulay never get a yellow card, or Maswanga or Mfuke, they're gonna get a yellow card also on Saturday, and then which means they're going to miss the derby. So our players tomorrow, if they get a yellow card, is fine. They can miss a derby, and then they will play in the final. Because if they miss a derby, anyone can come. And remember the last derby, I don't know which one, when we introduced Levito, he scored a good way. He scored a very, very, very good goal. So it's where the players, when they introduce on the derby, it's either you make it or break it. It's where your future on the team is going to be remembered a long time. If you make it and then you do an amazing job. So for that one, for me, I'm giving to Perez. That one also is going to be the last derby. We're going to, the team that is going to win, I hope it's my team, is going to win on the last minutes, because each and every team, they'll come defensive. They will stay at the back. So the team that is going to win, they're going to win on the counter attacks in the last minutes. So I hope Paris can win that game.
Yeah, when you talk about last minute, you remind me of that last minute penalty. You scored, to friends. And yeah, let's wait and see. I just wish would make him they will attack and attack and attack, because of sitting back and wait for the last minute is anticipating. But yeah, thank you so much, Matume. Your take on the game. I know as a fan, you won't be on the fence. For a change, you'll be supporting Kaizer Chiefs on Saturday. Wanting to make sure that you open that game. Your take on the Soweto Derby game?
So today, apart from the breaking rights comes that it carries, I think there are also points to play for, and both teams need those points. Both teams want to win. Actually, Pirates are the favorites because of the record that they have and the run they have a good season. To be honest, But I also feel already it's going to be a tactical game. It's going to be a very tough game. It's going to be also an emotional game for Ribeiro because this is his last Soweto Derby. So he's not gonna lose this one. He's gonna make sure that this one is at least he can grab this one for the last time. I think Pirates. They had a good game. Yes, they had a good game against Chiefs all along. But this one is gonna be tough for them. It's gonna be very, very tough for them. But on the upper hand, because Kokomelon, he won't be part of this team if yellow card 4. And then am I right? 3. Oh, the 3. And then Kota will shine on this one. I think Kota will make a name for himself, especially when it comes to Soweto Derby. The young ones are always shine when it comes to this one. I think it's gonna be a tough one, more tactical one, but unfortunately it might end up as a draw.
Yeah, we don't need a draw. We need one team to win there because we've been witnessing a lot of them. Yeah, thank you so much, Matum. I really appreciate your thoughts. Johannes, please come in there. I've seen the game here at the Pirates, especially the CAF games. Those are very tough games. In your analysis, do you can you please also add in terms of like the experience from CAF? Do you think they are going to bring it also on this upcoming game?
Let me start by saying that it's a battle for two wounded sides. We're talking about Pirates having lost against the Pyramids. And we also Pirates haven't played a match in a very long time. I think the last played against, if I'm not mistaken, Sundowns in that one match in FNB or Chipa. I think one of the two matches where they won 1-0. It was the last Pirates match. And Kaizer Chiefs as well haven't been doing well as they lost against the Marumo Gallants. So from there, keeping errors there of Puma. And if you can check the last 4 encounters on the Pirates, it's always beaten the Kaizer Chiefs. So as the last season, I also had Mutamu speaking about Soweto having scored a goal which was commended as the goal of the season. So when Pirates won 3-2 at the FNB stadium there. So then those were the games, and they also. But if you have to ask which games is important between Soweto United as well as Kaizer Chiefs, I'll tell you that Soweto United is more important. And I also had speaking about some of the players who are speaking on as far as the only yellow card is concerned. So we're talking about the likes of your Mbata, Mufugeni, those are key players, by the way, and Kaizer Chiefs as well. The situation that we find ourselves, especially on Puma. If you can remember very well, I'll take you back to 2020 where we played by Edendorp. We played Manchester United FNB, and then we lost the scoreline. We lost like Marumo Gallants, whereby Nela Bay comes to my mind where it made a blunder, and the following week we playing Orlando Pirates, and there were questions that will Itumeleng Khune go back to goals, or will they stick to Nela Bay? But then as Edendorp was brave enough to bring back Nela Bay, and we managed to win that particular match by 1-0 off the Manyama, and everything down Bay. I remember he denied the likes of your Lodge, Vincent Cavatino Mango. So what it was, but on the Pirates were just dominant on the day. So it was so good. And on the other side of the can check the likes of Caterino and Modi back from suspension. So I think it can be key, but then my only concern with Kaizer Chiefs, they're vulnerable at the back. I think that's where Orlando Pirates will want to expose. And as you know, the only weakness I've seen with Orlando Pirates is aerial strength. They really can't defend the aerial ball. That ball situation has been their weakness. Even if you can check against Mamelodi Sundowns, there were an instance where Teboho Mokoena headed the ball, but he was denied by the woodwork. So we saw it even during CAF. But then, I think Pirates, if I just to cut a little bit of going into the final of the Nedbank Cup, I think they might want to utilize the CAF Champions League loss against the Pyramids, whereby we can't lose 2 cups in succession. So, but coming back to this wonderful Betway Premiership, I think Kaizer Chiefs will try to bring back the likes of Edmondson Dorfe as well as Inacio Miquel. So very key. And at the same time, they will be seeking revenge. And like the likes of Matum and Glenn spoken, I think they'll be looking this game with keen interest of the fact that Pirates must drop points so that they can just run away with the league title. Although mathematically Pirates are in with a lovely chance to surprise Mamelodi Sundowns and also win the league title. So that's how I'm seeing it. But then also Pirates will be saying squad rotation from Jose Rivero. I think there's like some bit of squad rotation, which we know what to expect from them, especially as far as the first 11 is concerned. But we all know Patrick Maswanganyi, Hankota, and Lomofu can definitely be key players. And Sipo Chainu, yes, he saved Orlando Pirates a lot during CAF Champions League. I think he's learned one or two things as far as experience is concerned. So he will be key in that game. And let's not forget again that Nasreddine Nabi is under extreme pressure because of Kaizer Chiefs currently are outside the top 8. So it's going to be an interesting game, as they spoke about, very tactical match. So I think a 1-0 might be the decider, but I wish it can go away because of we are desperate for points, especially we can't finish the 2 seasons without qualifying for top 8. So yeah, our players like Yawandile Duba, HPD Priest need to come to the party. But I'm just worried about our defense and who is going to start, Bruce Former or the return of Brendan Peterson. But I like the fact that if you check Brendan Peterson, he scored a stunning record against Orlando Pirates. In the last 3 derbies he's played in the league, he's won all the 3 derbies. I can take you back to the game where we played at Orlando, where we won 2-1, courtesy of, if I remember very well, Rick Frostler, where he scored a fantastic goal with Eric Mator, and Pirates had this particular player, Kwame Pepra, who scored, and Chiefs managed to win the game 2-1. So, and like the goal from Yusuf Mart at the center of the pitch, where we won 1-0, and then this one I was at the venue at FNB, where, if I remember very well, Sanda scoring an own goal. So you can see that Brendan Peterson played in those 3 matches. The only game that he lost against Pirates was in that Nedbank Cup during extra time. Sandy Lemtetwa scoring with a header from Dawai to Town Clovis Cross. So, but then Bruce Voma, there's so many question marks about his goalkeeping error because he's been with the club for more than 10 years, but then he can't perform. So he needs to pull up his socks as well. So if he is going to play on Saturday, definitely will be under pressure. But let's wait and see what Nabi will decide to be brave enough and stick to him or return back Brendan Peterson.
Yeah, thank you so much. Thank you so much, Johannes. You spoke with the mouthful, and I've checked their Kaizer Chiefs defense. Right now they've conceded 29 goals, whereby Pirates, I think they conceded 14 goals. And in the last game, and now let me come to you. Kaizer Chiefs are considered, in the last minute, that penalty. Yeah, more relevant to the game, which was converted by Songai. Do you think Kaizer Chiefs have learned, something, out of that loss that they had in their last game, considering the fact that they were playing very, very, a very good football, even against Mamelodi Sundowns, the Betway Premiership at Lucas Moripe Stadium, where Lucas Ribeiro scored that beautiful goal. They were dominant in that match, but then they ended up losing it the same way as they did against Pirates. So do you think they've learned something? There was something to learn out of that game going game?
It's a very good question to ask, and I think the only way that we could get the answer to that is seeing in these next 2 fixtures for Kaizer Chiefs whether they learned their lesson. I think what's been a very consistent theme for them this season is obviously set pieces, the concession of set pieces. They also very, very, very fragile when it comes to crosses from the wings, and that's why people then think that if we get new wing backs, probably that will solve the issue. But that's just a stopgap, I would call it that, because again, they're not dealing with set pieces, they're not dealing with positioning, they're not dealing with being in zonal spaces when it comes to those dead ball situations, and I think that's going to be something. Fortunately, Pirates are very aggressive in terms of the build-up play and how they attack. They're not set piece specialists. If they were set piece specialists, I would have then been worried that Kaizer Chiefs can be demolished. And I think it leads back, from the coaching stuff. I'm just glad that Coach Zoe, the goalkeeping coach, he's fully focused now on the Kaizer Chiefs role because his job for Mauritania has come to an end. And, when you listen to how these goalkeepers have described him, he's more of like a father figure. He's very close with them, but he's also very good with his in-depth analysis. And I think, looking at the errors that happened in the past game, especially, definitely there's a goalkeeping crisis that, you need people of very good experience like Coach Mazoe to come address it. I think as well, big ups to the Kaizer Chiefs MDC team for clinching the title. But what's people are not speaking about enough is that actually we've got a young goalkeeper and maybe also the defense that in that MDC team that could be explored, or not throw them into the mix right away. But they've done actually very well in the past 4 months. They conceded only to Stellenbosch. They also only conceded a late, very last-minute goal to Richards Bay. And then before that, it was Cape Town City at the beginning of the beginning of the year. But again, they've done very well across all the other teams, including the mighty Orlando Pirates, where they kept a clean sheet. And therefore, if we do have a goalkeeping crisis, we need to now check what's actually happening in the MDC level and what they're doing well and how it can translate into this team. So I think it's more for a long-term vision, long-term plan, long-term goal. But I'd love to see that the coach starting to bring those young lads into a game like this, even if they just either on the bench or just on the stand, but to understand, especially from the goalkeeping point of view, because look, Mudiwa did mention that like Buma has been in the helm for over 10 years, and it seems like as if he doesn't have much to show for it. Maybe this is a very good opportunity for a young lad to come into this, going into the new season and looking beyond just this Soweto Derby. We have to start trusting in our young goalkeepers again. It's been a long time, SuperSports trusted in Ronwen Williams, and look how he has become such a very big figure in not just the Mamelodi Sundowns setup and how he was at SuperSport, but even for Bafana Bafana, that he even got into the top 10 of goalkeepers in the world. If we have to go all the way back to our Senzo Menua and also Ikimile Kune, they started in the helm very young. So this is something that's, the overall long-term vision and goal. I'm hoping that they're looking at as part of lessons learned, not just in the immediate. We need to stop with the stopgaps. We need to now start addressing issues for what they are. And that's why I say, at least with this Pirates game, Kaizer Chiefs shouldn't be too frazzled about set pieces because they're not specialists in that. So therefore, they're not going to be demolished in that, because unless coach, the Orlando Pirates coach does see that as an opportunity, and then therefore they will be in trouble. But yeah.
Yeah, true. And talking about the young boys. I've seen Aiden McCarthy has been there at Chiefs, but he hasn't been given the chance that as supporters we think he also deserves. And then he has been a captain for the DDC boys, and he has been doing good. Has been promoted and demoted, and now he's in the first team, and hopefully he can surprise a lot by starting or maybe being on the bench on Saturday. But unfortunately, with Nabi, we know he likes to protect these young boys. Well, he says he protects them. You have also seen with Mfundo Vilakazi, he's played only in 88 minutes, sometimes 85 minutes. And he would come in and score, but then in the next game, yeah, thanks so much, Neo, for that. This is a big game, we know. But who is under pressure to win this game? Is it Kaizer Chiefs? Is it Pirates? And why?
Hey, for me, it's Kaizer Chiefs more. Well, both are under pressure for different reasons, but Kaizer Chiefs is more because Kaizer Chiefs has not been doing well this season. And remember, them winning against Pirates is like them lifting a trophy. That's a fact of life.
Yeah.
But the one thing that I think is also important to note is that the fans of Kaizer Chiefs, they are themselves to blame because they have destroyed their own players. My opinion, this is just my humble opinion, the goalkeeping errors of Bruce Vuma. And I tried to explain it to another friend of mine who almost beat my head off. The first goal, the ball was hit and Bruce Vuma pushed it sideways as a normal goalkeeper would do. Unbeknownst to him, there's a player of Marumo Gallants. That player kicks the ball into the net. In that instance, in my humble opinion, what was Bruce Vuma supposed to do? Because that player was supposed to be picked up by a defender. So if you're saying the defense of Kaizer Chiefs doesn't come to the party, in that instance, I will agree. But I can't blame Bruce Vuma for saving a goal from a speedball. Then you're going to say it's a goalkeeping error. When he paid it back to and sideways, by the way, because that's how goalkeepers are trained to say, if a ball comes, you pair it sideways, either left or right. But the way he was positioned, he paid it to the left. But unfortunately, there was a player of Marumo Gallants, that guy, he kicked the ball. The second goal, that guy, when he kicked the ball, even the players, that guy, that was a brilliant free kick from that player. And remember, these soccer teams now, and PSL and the powers that be, they use a speedball. A speedball, once it bounces, it moves. It's not easy for goalkeepers to catch. It's not easy for other soccer players to even chase a speedball. Do you understand what I'm saying? So I'm just saying that with all the pressure that Kaizer Chiefs is going through, they should also, the fans, try to give their players a chance. In this way, if you're going to criticize your own players in public, the next game, the same player is going to play. What do you expect that player to do? Case in point, Chivavir. It's a known fact that Kaizer Chiefs supporters don't want Chivavir. And that for that guy to come back and play a good game, it's not possible anymore because they've killed him. You understand what I'm saying? So the pressure now is now fallen on top of Kaizer Chiefs to say they are the ones, to answer your question directly, they are the ones who are more, and this stuff, me, I believe it's the fans. Well, I don't blame them also because now it's been so many years without them losing trophies and also the inconsistencies. But if you look at the inconsistencies, it is that they are the ones who've missed more chances this season. Even, yeah. They are the ones who've been missing more chances, clear-cut chances. I mean, even on Saturday, that game should have ended 3-2 in favor of Kaizer Chiefs. But 2 goals, clear chances were missed. So we can't help that. We need to move forward. Another point is that if you look at how they are playing and the confidence that the players are trying to create for themselves, confidence, it's a problem and the issue because now they can't even play combination play while the game is continuing. And once you score the Chiefs, it's not easy for them to come back. It was amazing what they did against Sundowns, but I had thought that after that game of Sundowns, they'll have enough confidence to do it in other games. You understand what I'm saying? So the pressure right now is on Kaizer Chiefs on Saturday because the lineup is also going to be so important. The first 11. And remember now, Nabi, each and every game he changes. He chops and changes his backline. He chops and changes his midfield for various reasons. Maybe there's injuries, maybe there's yellow cards. But that's an inconsistency that maybe he's thinking to himself, let me rather keep my number 1 Bruce Vuma. Because if they're analyzing, remember now, if the team is analyzed, they're not going to analyze the same as us. Because they'll look at those 2 goals and say, is it his fault or is it not his fault? You know, we don't know because we're not going to be part of that technical committee. But if he's playing on Saturday, the team is not going to think that it was his fault. So all I'm saying is that also with the Chiefs fans, they must also try to refrain from criticizing their players unfairly so. Because they're killing those soccer players. You know, I understand, yes, if a person makes a mistake, you know, like that penalty Mark kicked. I mean, it was uncalled for because I also thought Miguel was going to take that penalty. But after a few minutes, he redeemed himself, he scored. Another friend of mine said to me, I want to miss the penalty. So I'm saying, let's try and the supporters also must also try to say, guys, let's rally behind this because the soccer players they have now, it's all they have for now until the end of the season. And we all know that when the market opens, do you think Kaizer Chiefs is going to spend 100 million on buying players? That's a big no. If that happens, Jesus Christ will the following week Jesus Christ will come and take us back to heaven because it's not their philosophy. The Chiefs don't like to buy players. You understand? They wait for free agents or they wait. And now, even if you go to MDC and say you'll take players there like Orlando Pirates, the pressure now is going to be where on those young fellows, and they don't have the depth or the senior players to guide those young people because they're not doing well. So now the Chiefs has to start and find a proper structure for themselves before they can use that channel to say bring MTC players. Because doing them now, they're under pressure, those young guys. I'm looking at them when they play that now. They're no longer playing the same way they used to. They don't have that confidence anymore because of how Chiefs has been playing. But to answer your question, simply to say, Saturday, Chiefs is more under pressure than Orlando Pirates. And unfortunately, they're playing well at FNB Stadium. And I just hope and wish, whatever the outcome, let's respect that outcome and let's not behave in a way that is not right. Because remember now, the past 3 weeks, 4 weeks at the stadium, there's been things that have been happening that are not fair on other people. Because if you bring your child to the stadium and your child sees somebody being beaten up, it's not right. You know, it's only soccer. But yes, the emotions are there. We don't want to see Chiefs lose or Pirates lose. But I'm just saying that let's just behave in a way. But to answer your question clearly, what came? Chiefs on the train. But if I can just say that earlier, uhlele washeka Saturday. Friday, because Friday. Well, I hope I've answered you. I hope I've answered you.
No, you have. Thank you so much. And when you touch on the Fed, I tend to differ a little bit in terms of fans, not being patient, with the players and all that. And you touched on players like Chivaviro, who you are saying were like the demoralized team from playing his game. With Chivaviro, I've been saying this thing. Chivaviro has himself to blame because of as supporters, when you don't play well and you come and score a goal and you come to use those gestures, which hey, Tulane, what, and you say that you do that to your own supporters. Do you think in future when you do something, they are going to support you? They won't, because I remember I when he did that the first time, I went to fan base. I said he shouldn't. I said to him he shouldn't do that because of supporters are there. Are there forever, and he's just there for three years, and then he's gone, and then he will need the supporters in future. And then he scored again, and he did the same thing at Uruguay. You understand? And then why would you blame the supporters to say they are the ones who broke him? Because he broke himself. He He was supposed not to do those gestures. I even made an example Ngokata. I made an example with Kabuse. Kabuse even threw the jersey into the supporter. As a player, you don't do that. You understand? Tina supporters, Kobe once said something to say he didn't come to Chiefs CV. It's the same as supporters. Supporters never brought CVs there. They are there forever. It's up to them to put back on that. But the players, they come there with their CVs and they come there with contracts and they leave. And you need to be friends with those players. But I'm not saying that supporters must boo players and all that, but players also must play their part. They must make sure that they talk on the field. When the supporter is booing you, make sure that you score goals. You respond to them with scoring goals. Look now, when he's there, he's always respecting supporters now, because of he can see what he did before. It's wrong, and the supporters are also now saying, guys, let's not boo them. Let's not do it. It is something that we support. But yeah, I hear you, Lapo. I'm not saying let's bash the players and all that. However, sometimes the pressure that comes with at Chiefs supporters, because of they haven't won anything in a very long time, they won't be as patient as Sundowns supporters and Pirates supporters. Remember, Pirates supporters have been celebrating 5 trophies. Sundowns now they are on the verge to win their second star. Whatever mistake that Mshishi will do or Suarez will do, they will just clap their hands and say Suguma. But with Chiefs fans, it's sometimes a little bit difficult, for them to keep on being patient. But yeah, we are always staying patient. Elliot Wasara, thank you so much, my brother, for joining us. Welcome. Please, can you please greet our supporters and our viewers at home and just tell us, what you expect, this coming Saturday.
Yeah, good evening, the panel. Good evening to the viewers. Yeah, sorry for joining late. My network it was not on my side today. Yeah. The weekend is coming. Tabo, Papa, things are going to happen this weekend. Kaizer Chiefs, when you're writing them off, ask Mamelodi Sundowns, they will disappoint you. They will punish you. So, but hey, it's gonna be a difficult game this weekend. This one, truly speaking, it's gonna be a difficult game. I see a draw. On this game because my people the players mind Uko the 10. They are switching on to the 10. They're going to be those difficult tackles. They want to play get the Bank Cup final. So I see a lovely draw on this weekend. Even if somebody win, it's gonna win 1-0. But my bet is it will be a lovely draw because Kaizer Chiefs, man, you cannot bet on them for this kind of games, and I hear Jabu saying Kaizer Chiefs are the one that are under pressure. For them, because they want the league. Because if they lose this game, it's all over for them. Because because Sundowns are there, they're comfortable, they have points, but now they have games, which is nothing. Games in hand does not mean point. So keep on alone, they're under pressure because they won. Tina got top 8. Last season we didn't get into top 8. We don't care. I can say we don't care, but we do care. But Bonada are more under pressure because they want to win the league. Because it might be the last silverware to them because NetBank, they won't find it. So Friday we're laughing at them because Kev, you can say do that, but it's happening. It is the truth, the fact. This is the last chance for league because NetBank, it's sealed. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Elliot. I can see you are on fire. Whether you are looking for the cup, you don't care about the 3 points. Eh?
It's it. 3 points is fine, man. But they won't get it. We can give them a draw. At least if they behave, we'll give them a draw. But Tina, we switch on. We switch on. We're looking for that cup. That's what we need. Only. Nothing. 3 points, it will be a blessing to us.
No, thank you so much, Rafik. You know, we've got past an hour. Let's just wrap it up. Glenn, who do you think is going to be dangerous in terms of the players? Maybe Chiefs, one from Pirates, that we must look forward for.
Okay, as for let me start with Orlando Pirates. The one who's gonna be dangerous with Orlando Pirates, Mufukeng, will be the key players. Let me not say dangerous, the key players. Let me talk about the key players. It's gonna be Mufukeng, and then Sipho China will play a big role in terms of saving. And then, as we know, that Chiefs strikers, they just misuse the chances that they get. So, and again, Tito Masungano will go and play, and then I think he will be the key because of in CAF is failing, but in terms of PSL is doing much better. And then when we look at Kaizer Chiefs, I think Thabo Qele is one of the key that I'm looking forward to see him in the game. And then Dile Duba, I always talk about that boy because you know that boy he score. That boy will score on a Soweto Derby. If he doesn't score, then which means Chiefs won't get a goal. So that boy is the key goal for Kaizer Chiefs. And then I want to answer at Thabo. I disagree with Thabo when he said when we talk about Bavuma. You know, Mr. Ngo, as a goalkeeper, when I started football, I was a goalkeeper. As a goalkeeper, when you're playing at home ground, you're home. That's why we're saying home advantage. You must know your post. You must know your post in and out. You must read your post. So second goal as a free kick. If Voma was supposed to go out and punch the ball, or he was supposed to stay, and then when you stay, you must know, you must read your post to say, if you put it there on top, I'll be able to go there now. And then again, if I go out, I should be the first one to be on the ball because of once they hit the ball, which means Kijishchewat. And then as for people like Abu Ranga, they have themselves to blame because of we as the fan, what we want to see you scoring. That's what's important. What's important as a fan, we want to see goals. Like, for example, let's look at Sales at Sundowns. He's not scoring. We don't like him because of he's not scoring. But if he score, I won't say no, I don't like him. I will celebrate. If it may happen that I will post him on WhatsApp if I wanted to post. If he scored a hat-trick, I will post him and I will talk good things about him. But if he's misbehaving, like he's not scoring, then I will talk. So that's the fan. So you shouldn't take what the fans are saying and then when you keep it on yourself and say, no, the fans, they don't like me. No, it's not about that. It's about you. You've given a chance. You need to prove to the fan so that the fan can love you. So that's how it is. So it's going to be a tough game on the both sides because of both of them. They have a pressure. I hear people are saying, no, Chiefs doesn't have a pressure. Chiefs have a pressure because of we're not sure about the MTN 8. You cannot be worried about one game. What about all this, the upcoming game? It may happen now. He lost the derby and then lost the second derby. What's going to happen? You won't reverse the time and say, no, let's go and play the one of the league now because of we lost NetBank. So you see, it's still a problem. Both of those teams, they have a pressure. So it's going to be very, very, very much interesting on that game. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Yeah, the goalkeeper thing, it's a hard nut to crack. You can check also, with China, Super China, he did the same thing. So we won't blame, the goalkeeper per se. As Thabo said, you need to also have, your backline, switched on. I remember Dr. Kumar used to say, if there's someone coming as a winger and they square the ball and it goes in, the defender who was there was supposed to press that winger is the one to blame. So yeah, we will always blame and blame, but then what can we say? Let's hope that they'll learn from those mistakes and make sure which they don't do the same mistake again. Johannes, technically, what do you think Kaizer Chiefs will do for them to win that game?
Tactically, I'm thinking they might say, let's not concede. they might come and I don't like this part where they always play 3 holding midfielders, which shows that you're coming for a draw, and which is something that I saw during the first round. Whenever that time when we played Orlando Pirates in that first round, where I felt like they came to match, they didn't came to attack. Although it was the Orlando Pirates home match, but I wasn't happy with the play because of the likes of Pule Modi, they missed sitters, and there's one player whom at some point I keep saying is selfish. So you need to refrain from that because there are instances where he's got the ball, instead of playing cutbacks, he plays extra touch and delays to play those cutbacks, and defenders have recovered by that time. And it does it every time. I keep saying that I don't like a winger who doesn't think. So that's a problem I keep having with Pule Modi. So, but tactically, I think they might want to play 3 holding midfielders, which still I don't like it because of it won't work for us. So it shows that we are saying Orlando Pirates must come and play Nasruddin Nabi. So just to say, hey, let's not concede because of we've been vulnerable, we've been conceding goals, and you check again, Kaizer Chiefs. If you check all the teams in the bottom 8, excluding Mikey's FC, they've all gotten 3 points and a point against Kaizer Chiefs, which is just bad. I've even complained about it on fanbase that I'm not happy with the way we keep losing against weaker teams. They spoke about Bruce Voma. Remember, the mistake he made also against TS Galaxy, where Mulung Simbunjan had to convert for the ball. So I wasn't happy with that. So he needs to refrain from having such. So then it took me memory lane. While you are busy talking, some of the members are talking here. I just went back to 2010. 2010 comes to mind. Your cousin Brati there, Tembiso Amosingovo, scoring a brace against Orlando Pirates. Remember that nickname, Imoto Gentimali. We also won 3-0 in that final of the Telkom knockout. So that's some of the things that the same situation that we are currently in is the repeat of 2010, where we played them in the league and then the following fortnight later then in the cup final. So I hope it can work in a way, but then tactically I'm thinking Nabi might be cautious and try and play 3 holding midfielders, which I don't like. We must just attack because of I looked into the game against Marumo Gallants. I wasn't happy. So, and this is a must-win situation. Yes, I know that Kaizer Chiefs, every time they go to a derby, coming from a loss, usually they win or draw. So hopefully it will be the case, because last time when I checked very well, we were coached by Middendorp. We played against Cape Town City. I still remember a game so well, where I remember that goalkeeper from, I think, Maritzburg United, Virgil Fries. He made a blunder. And then we ended up signing Danilak Bay, where his best match was against Orlando Pirates. Luckily, we played a draw because of we managed to score first. Teminko Lodge came in because he was just on fire for Orlando Pirates and he scored. So that's how I'm seeing it. But then I think it's a must-win situation where I'm looking into our next 2 matches against Cook United and Polokwane City. We always know that Eric Tintler, we hardly win matches against Eric Tintler. Put him in half as well. And sometimes he talks badly about Kaizer Chiefs that I always will get points against Kaizer Chiefs, just like he did in that first round when we won by 2-0. Remember, Oswin Apolis was just a marvel in that game. So, yeah, I'm thinking he will definitely play with 3 holding midfielders as Nasruddin Nabi, but the main key will be at the back. Who will start in goals? Is it Bruce Voma or Brendan Peterson?
Thank you so much, Juan. Yours going to be a tough one. And so, I'm looking also at the young boys, they'll be, competing, especially Bongota, who is coming, from CAF, with that experience, CAF scoring beautiful goals there and all that. Let's just wrap it up, gents. Quick one. Mudau, what's your last take on this upcoming game? And also, please give me your prediction.
Yeah, so for me, I hear a little Wasara. They're talking too much. One getting a back door finally because they go to because of the offside, but now they're talking too much. So for the game for Saturday, we're going to win 1-0. Who score Unkot. We're going to win that game by 1-0.
Oh, beautiful confidence! I like the confidence. Vox 02 is coming. Let's wrap it up. What's your last words and also your score prediction?
Yeah, to be short, man. Like I always say that there will be 2 goals for the day, ne? And then in terms of separating those goals, I don't know, but not that because I'm a Pirates fan. My man, we are on fire. I don't care who said what. Rena on Saturday. To make sure we are taking 3 points. Teta or no, we don't care. We don't need 3 points. They must keep on dreaming while talking. It's wrong. You can't say you don't need 3 points. Then what's the use of you going there? Relax. Right now we need 3 points. Come Saturday, Talent Mbata or Cheese Boy. These two. One of them, our Hakanet, and then 3 points here at Amamba. There will be 2 goals. Thank you very much.
Very high. Matume, your last words and your score prediction. Dr. Matume, you're muted, my brother.
I think if Chiefs really need to be in top 8, this is their chance now. They really want to take advantage. Yeah, Pirates are being emotionally hurt after that elimination at CAF Champions League. And on the other hand, Chiefs, they don't affect by anything. Win or lose, they are always the same. I think this is their chance, but I also see a lovely draw or a goalless draw.
But as a Sundowns fan, which team do you want to win?
On the other hand, I think Chiefs can win this one.
Good luck on that one. And Nemo, please just repeat up and then your score prediction.
It's fair to say that because it's the first half of the 2-legged encounter, yeah, I think it's also going to be a draw, but it's not going to be a goalless draw. I think it's going to be one of those where Pirates are going to probably score first and then try and protect that lead. And fortunately, Chiefs, you know how on the day they could surprise you. I think those are going to be it's going to be one of those days. So yeah, I see it as a 1-0 draw with Dupree scoring in the 80th minute.
Beautiful. 80th minute, the precise time there. Thanks, Neo. Timos, your last word and your score prediction.
Hey, yeah, but yeah, you see, my problem is the game is gonna be tough. But hey, my problem is with Kaizer Chiefs. Who's gonna score? Although it's gonna be a tough game, but I just wonder because remember now when Chiefs play against Pirates, that's when they become serious. And when they play against smaller teams, I don't know. They come there, they sleep. You see Bruce Fuma jumping. So I don't know. I think that yes, it's gonna be a very tough game. Because even the crowd is gonna be behind both teams. As we know that Chiefs and Pirates are the only ones that can fill that big stadium. But then that stadium is very, very big. Eh? You know, if you look at it, when I actually realized it on the CAF game, on the pyramid game, that hey, FNP Buffett is really huge.
Chavo, we need a score. We need a score.
Saturday is 2-1. Mufukeng scoring. Manasseh is gonna also score. On the cup final is 3-0. Mabasa is gonna score. I don't really want the score. I'm giving you the score, Elliot.
You said 2-1 Mufukeng is gonna score. Manasseh is gonna score.
Yeah, on Saturday.
Mufukeng will score an own goal there, and then Manasseh will score a normal goal. And then
God, as they said, Dupree or Duba will score one. At least it look big a Kai on Saturday. But next week it's 3-0. I'm giving you the Mabasa is gonna score. Patrick Musangain is gonna score, and then Mufukeng will score again.
Yes, confidence. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, brother. Hey, body confidence. Yakala man. It's kind. Elliot Wasara, please, your score prediction. You have already wrapped up.
Yeah. Hey, kuyawabona ababhakaniya nale confidence. Yo. Hey, kuzoba nzima. Kuyakhoja unachusheke FNB. You'll never see. Hey, Kaizer Chiefs supporters fill up the stadium alone. So hey, only way it's a topic for another day. You know, Kaizer Chiefs, The problem with Kaizer Chiefs, my brother, we don't score. They don't score. So it's not easy for us to say Kaizer Chiefs can score more than 2 goals. You know, when we win 1-0. 2 goals, it will be a lucky for Kaizer Chiefs. They don't score many goals. But remember, it's a derby. Derby is it's one of those games. Well, for my prediction, I mean, I'll stay on a draw. A draw, it will be a good result. I mean, it will be a good result for us, team. I mean, Orlando Pirates, that are on fire. Yes, folks, Orlando Pirates are on fire. They might be out of CAF Champions League, but they're playing beautiful football. Tell us down, they're playing a beautiful football. The only problem is the defense. The defense apparently is sleeping, and we can cut them on that one because they sleep at the back. And ever them totally lekera fihle mola dilo dia senyega go di nate, and then bona ba robala. Then we can punish them on that. But anyway, good luck to Kaizer Chiefs with a lovely draw. I just wish it could be a draw because just for the sake of the people, man. I mean, one of the team man is difficult for the people to handle. I mean, they will be crying, and then it will be a difficult game.
Thank you so much. Glenn, your score prediction, quick one.
Yeah, for me, it's gonna be a draw, 1-1. It's gonna
1-1.
be a draw, 1-1. It's gonna be a tough game and very much interesting game. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Glenn. A draw, 1-1 draw. And Johannes, please, quick one, your score prediction.
I'm just worried that we can't lose twice against Orlando Pirates again. Imagine Pirates doing the double over us again, just like last season. That will be bad. And remember, we've played 6 matches without a victory. So you can see that our players has let us down. Our players, just like Elliot, they're stating that they are not scoring, they're missing chances. You can check those stats. We either score 1 goal or we don't score. So it's bad. And even if you can look at the goals that we conceded against Marumo Gallants, it took me memory lane where the Commodities were, I think, we're playing Mamelodi Sundowns at FNB, scored from the same position but on the other post, and then they won 1-0 while they were coached by Peter Msimane. So I'm just worried about our defense. I'm just worried about the way we miss chances, of which you get Orlando Pirates, you are Mahong Kota, you are Leboe Mufukeng, Patrick Maswanganyo, who always has a stunning game in Soweto Derbies, and sometimes winning man of the matches. Look at that penalty that he scored last time in the first round. That's even called Paneka. You know, people can talk on social media. So hopefully we will fix our defense and make sure that if chances comes our way, we convert them. So I see a 1-1 draw as well.
Oh, thank you. Thank you so much, my friend. I really appreciate you as always. And yeah, the channel is growing because of you, gents. And to those who haven't subscribed, please just click the subscribe button and help us reach 20,000 subscribers. Now, also on all social media platforms, Twitter, Facebook, YouTube, TikTok, Instagram, and yeah, as Novo 2010 Sharp Eye channel. Thank you so much. And also for breaking news, just please visit www.novo2010sharpeye.com. You will find us there. So yeah, thank you so much to everyone who's going to FNB to make sure that you come there early. We don't want any delay. Thank you so much. Hola. For your soccer updates and breaking news, please visit www.novo2010sharpeye.com.